The semiconductor industry, a pivotal force in driving technological progress in our interconnected world, is experiencing a surge in demand for miniature chips. This growing interest in localizing their production prompts us to delve into this strategic shift's potential benefits and drawbacks. One of the critical advantages of local semiconductor manufacturing is its ability to fortify supply chain security, a critical aspect in times of geopolitical tension and global crises. This strategic move not only bolsters the local economy by generating jobs but also holds the potential to significantly increase the value retained within the country, making it an attractive prospect for investors. Additionally, having production close to home reduces the time it takes for products to hit the market, a significant advantage in fast-paced industries. Local manufacturing also means better control over intellectual property and sensitive technologies, a crucial aspect for policymakers. This control is supported by government incentives like tax breaks and subsidies, further enhancing the appeal of local semiconductor manufacturing. However, this transition is not without its hurdles. Establishing cutting-edge semiconductor factories necessitates a colossal investment, often reaching billions of dollars, coupled with substantial ongoing operational costs. The technological complexity of manufacturing semiconductors also demands advanced knowledge and a highly skilled workforce, resources that are only readily available in some places. Environmental concerns also loom, as the production process involves hazardous chemicals and high resource use, necessitating strict ecological safeguards. Moreover, it is essential to acknowledge that the semiconductor industry remains globally interdependent. Despite efforts to localize, the need for raw materials, specialized equipment, and innovation through global collaboration remains critical. This understanding is crucial for industry professionals to navigate the complexities of the semiconductor market. In conclusion, while localized manufacturing of semiconductors offers significant benefits in terms of security and economic growth, it also poses considerable challenges. Balancing these factors is critical to the future of this vital industry.